clock, it is ticking. The federal government now has less than 4 days to prevent a shutdown.
So the deadline is set for the end of the day Saturday, and we are bracing for the potential effects here in the Valley. ABC 15's Amelia Fabiano is live from Sky Harbor Airport this morning. And Amelia, we're finding out air travel could be impacted.
This would really impact every single American, especially the millions of federal workers if the government were to shut down. But overnight, the White House released some new figures specifically regarding air travel in our country. There are about 13,000 air traffic controllers and about 50,000 TSA agents that would be impacted by this. They would be required to work through a government shutdown, going unpaid until funding is secured. Of course, unless they call out during that time, which is completely likely. That's what we saw happen back in 2018. Also in Arizona alone, the White House's numbers show almost 1,400 TSA officers and almost 200 air traffic controllers would be impacted. This, of course, could lead to longer wait times for travelers all across the country and could have massive economic implications, too. There are actually about 4 million federal workers total who would see their paychecks stop if the government shuts down. Almost half of them are military troops and others who work for the armed forces. And some of those who served, of course, expressing frustration.
Why would someone choose to serve their country knowing that the lawmakers don't care enough to make sure that they're going to get paid?
Now, historically, federal employees do receive back pay, but that only happens once a shutdown ends. Last night, Senate Democrats and Republicans coming together to propose a bipartisan spending plan to prevent a potential shutdown. But that plan has a little hope of passing the House, though. That's where a handful of hardline Republicans are standing in the way of a deal. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, though, trying to win them over, proposing a short-term bill to fund the government. It does include provisions like beefing up security at the border, including resuming construction on the border wall.
Do you have the votes for that?
Well, I wouldn't know who in our own party would want to side and take the position of Biden on the border. I can't think of anyone that would want to do that.
And over the weekend, our own Senator Mark Kelly expressing concerns over border security as well, and the negative impacts that could see from a potential government shutdown, because Border Patrol agents, of course, would not be getting paid either. So there are a lot of ripple effects from this. There are a lot of widespread implications. This is something we'll be watching very closely here at ABC 15 Arizona over the coming days and let you know if a deal is reached. Reporting live from Phoenix Sky Harbor this morning, Amelia Fabiano, ABC 15 Arizona.
Yeah, just the vast impacts of this, people from all different sectors and walks of life impacted. Even if you don't work for the federal government, you will feel the impacts of this. Amelia, thank you.